Calling BonBon-Land one of the weirdest theme parks out there is an understatement. This Danish theme park is some of the oddest, most eclectic theming you can find anywhere. I mean, this park has a coaster themed to a dog taking a dump. Where else will you find something like that? But does weird mean good? Find out in this review of BonBon-Land. BonBon-Land's origins tied back to a candy company named BonBon. The company was extremely popular with children in the 1980s and 1990s. This was because of its bizarre and outlandish flavors you wouldn't find elsewhere. You had flavors such as dog farts, pee diapers, earwax, and large boobs. Kids wanted to tour the factory, but it was banned due to strict hygiene laws. So BonBon decided to follow in the steps of Hershey Park and create a separate theme park to entertain families. This led to the creation of BonBon-Land in 1992. The park started with only a few rides. Their main calling card was the theming. BonBon took their crazy candy themes and brought them to life through giant, colorful, and crass animal statues. You had bare-breasted cows, peeing ants, and pooping dogs, and this unique aesthetic was carried over to the rides they added throughout the years as well. The park now includes nearly 24 rides across 34 acres, making it one of the larger theme parks in all of Denmark. The BonBon Candy Company's popularity started to decline in the late 1990s, and it was ultimately sold to Tom's in 2001. Tom's did remove some of the edgier flavors, but you can still find their candy to this day. Then in 2007, Parques Reunidos acquired BonBon-Land, and they've operated the park ever since. Many people were concerned how a multinational chain would treat this park, especially with regards to its theming that would be deemed inappropriate in other cultures. My one and only visit to this park took place in 2022, but I've heard from locals this park has seen better days. While Parques Reunidos has kept a majority of the theming intact, they have removed some of the more vulgar statues in recent years. I think the bigger issue is stagnation. The park is still colorful, but there are many areas with faded or chipped paint. Some of the pathways felt awkwardly dead, like there's the section by Vild-Svinet that's a bare midway with just plain fencing next to the coasters. Then the park has not added a new ride since 2010. That is a stark contrast to the park's first 20 years when it added a new ride pretty much annually. Worst of all, you have Fantasy World. This was an indoor area adjacent to the main entrance. Now the building looks like an abandoned warehouse. It was designed to be like an indoor section like the ones found at the Plopsa parks. It could serve as an alternative on days with poor weather and remain open year-round when weather was not suitable for the outdoor rides. Parques Reunidos has the capital, so it's certainly a shame the park hasn't gotten better investments between new rides and general TLC. This park's appearance is so unique, and it's a shame it isn't run to its fullest potential. That being said, the park still does look good between its expansive color palette and the visuals you will not find anywhere else. It creates a dreamlike atmosphere, and that is paired with some natural beauty. You have no shortage of trees in the perimeter, and I like how the back half of the park is set around a pond. I visited on a summer weekend, and I was a bit nervous what crowds would look like. I arrived midday, and Parques Reunidos is not known for the best operations. Crew members thankfully loaded rides efficiently, but the largest rides had low capacities between short vehicles or one-train operations. Thankfully, most rides were no more than a 20-minute wait. The worst line by far was for the Van Rotten log flume, which took 45 to 60 minutes. I think this park can comfortably be done in a half day, but I would arrive at opening for the best experience if you want to beat the lines. I would prioritize the 4 coasters and the 2 big water rides in Bay or Rafting and Van Rotten. The latter is the most important one to hit early. On that note, let's talk about the overall ride lineup. BonBon-Land caters mostly towards kids with the theming, but they have a few bona fide thrill rides. The park currently features 4 coasters. The biggest of the bunch is a historic one in Vild-Svinet. This was the original Gerstlauer Eurofighter. It was the world's first coaster to feature a beyond vertical drop. There have been bigger and steeper drops since then, but this one still gives good ejector airtime. Then there's also a forceful vertical loop shortly thereafter. The rest of the ride isn't too notable, but it is thankfully smooth despite its over-the-shoulder harnesses and its age. Check out my separate review for more details on this ride. Located next door is Handkatten, a Gerstlauer spinning coaster. This is the ride that was cloned for Joker at Six Flags Mexico. Try for an off-balanced car if possible. Your car will spin like a top. The helixes in the first half aren't too crazy, but the finale is a lot of fun. The spinning will be at its maximum, and you have a few spots of floater airtime simultaneously. Victor Van Orm is the park's newest coaster. This is a Zier Tivoli coaster with a super long train that seemingly never ends. The layout runs through the back section of the park. This was a terrain coaster relocated from another park in Germany, so you weirdly have to climb a tower just to reach the station. Most of the coaster is a fairly tame and scenic experience, but if you ride in the back row, the second drop gives a surprise pop of airtime. The final coaster is the park's smallest, but arguably the park's most famous in Hundeprutien, aka the dog fart coaster. This is a Zier kiddie coaster with a basic layout, but the theme 100% makes the experience, as long as you have a juvenile sense of humor. You pass through a doghouse where you're hit by fart noises, then you circle around a giant dog statue dropping a deuce. I have an entire review if you want to hear more, but this ride is the Along with this lovely work of art, the park also has some small roundabouts and plenty of playgrounds for the kids. And many of the larger rides have low height requirements, which allows families to experience them together. This park does not have any traditional dark rides, but there are 2 attractions that satisfy that niche. There's a 4D theater by the main entrance, then there's Sala Un. This is a slow-moving boat ride. While it's entirely outdoors, it passes a series of animal statues and animatronics. This is one of the park's most underrated rides in my opinion. Moving on to more traditional water rides that'll get you wet, you have several options. It's one of the park's biggest strengths, to be honest. Van der Rotten is a quirky log flume. It has the size of a junior log flume with mild drops, but the visuals make the experience. Most of it takes place in a giant hunk of cheese, and you have some more animal statues and animatronics along the way. Bayeux Rafting is a long Intamin River Rapids ride. This one doesn't have too many drenching rapids, but the layout is heavily wooded and secluded from the rest of the park. Then Rayen is a quartet of wet-dry water slides perfect for racing. Each one consists of a triple down, and that second hump will lift the entire raft off the slide, which is quite thrilling. Next are the flat rides. This park isn't too heavy in this department as some, but there are some notable ones. You have 2 unique drop towers. One is Kautrierne. This is a rare bear model. The drops are mild, as is the max height of just 15 meters or 50 feet. But on the final ascent, the vehicles violently, and I mean violently, tilt you forwards. It is a really shocking moment, especially with how minimalistic the restraints are. The other drop tower is the far bigger one in Cobertarna. This is a Fabry drop tower. The experience is comparable to the Larsener arm ones found in the United States, both from a height and power perspective. The drop was sudden, with a great stomach-dropping sensation, plus floater airtime the entire way down. This made it my favorite attraction at the park, and easily the most thrilling ride here. The final noteworthy flat is Sven's Fingarm. This is a Zamperla giant discovery. It was unfortunately closed for my visit, but based on my experience with these frisbees elsewhere, I suspect it would have been one of the park's top 2 rides. The max swings of nice floater airtime, good positive Gs, and fantastic speed. Rounding out the ride lineup are a few slower observation rides, such as a monorail and a slow boat ride. I didn't notice many shows during my visit, and due to my limited time, I didn't get to try any of the park's food offerings, so I cannot comment on their quality. As of 2022, BonBon-Land costs 250 Danish krona, or $35 US, which I thought was a fair price given the park's offerings. Then you also have to pay for parking. Their system is a bit different than other parks though. A camera scans your license plate when you enter. You then have 24 hours to pay the 50 Danish krona, or $7 US fee online. If you fail to do so in this time period, the parking fee quintuples in price, so definitely do it before you forget. Alternatively, you can access this park by train, which is the theme with many parks in Europe. I personally have not done this, but there's the Holme Olstrup station just a 5-minute walk from the park. So do I recommend BonBon-Land. If you're into crazy theming and have a juvenile sense of humor, I sure do. You will not find a park with the visuals of BonBon-Land anywhere else. Between the giant animals, abundance of color, and zany scenes, I had a big goofy smile on my face. The ride lineup is not as strong as some other parks, particularly if you're looking for coasters, but there is something to satisfy everyone's tastes. I really hope Parques Reunidos invests more in this park, both in terms of new attractions and general maintenance and upkeep. Until this is done, I can't see myself returning here over the country's other parks, but I am certainly glad I experienced this unique park at least once. If you're looking into visiting this park, know it's about an hour south of Copenhagen by car, so it is a park you can easily pair with a place like Bakken if you're on a theme park road trip. So those are my thoughts on BonBon-Land, one of the craziest theme parks in the world. What are your thoughts on this park? Do you enjoy the wacky theming as well? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.